This is a Blackmagic Cinema Camera 6K full frame. That's the closest thing I have to the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera 4K to show you because, well, Blackmagic Pocket Cinema 4K is filming me right now. Welcome. Today we're going to talk about the new firmware update for the Pocket 4K that came out that allows for ProRes RAW recording internally. And then, of course, lead into the fact that Blackmagic Design now updated DaVinci Resolve to include the ability to edit ProRes RAW files in the software. And that's something that a lot of users have been waiting for a long time. If you're new to my channel, definitely consider subscribing. I like to talk about cameras, DSLR mirrorless cameras in terms for video, so hit that sub button. Now let's get into it. The firmware update for the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera 4K. I'll just call it the 4K from now on. This camera came out, I believe, in 2018. So it's been like, what, 7 years that the camera came out, and I'm recording with it now. And honestly, I do think that the image throughout all the years is incredible. There have been a lot of updates for this camera that have come out, and the fact that they're still paying attention to a camera that's so old is incredible. And that's one of the things I like about Blackmagic Design, is that they still will tweak and modify their older cameras to improve whatever they can. Now, this release was done as a beta, but it works. But not only that, they updated DaVinci Resolve, but let's get into the findings that I found with ProRes RAW on the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera 4K. I said I would call it the 4K. Anyway, first I found that it adds another recording mode to the menu. So now you've got BRAW, you've got Apple ProRes RAW, and then you just have ProRes. Now, the other things have not changed, but Apple ProRes RAW allows you to record in HQ mode and then regular mode. And then it has the similar selections for resolution and frame rates that BRAW has as well. So that'll be mostly the same. When you're recording, I've noticed that the bit rates for HQ and regular are slightly more when you use those modes compared to BRAW modes, where it's slightly better compression, so you have slightly smaller file types. But then when importing in Adobe Premiere or DaVinci Resolve, the footage, it looks mostly the same. I'm using 12:1 compression right now, and usually when I use 12:1 compression on the Blackmagic, I do notice, yeah, there's some artifacts there. But when I go from 8:1 all the way to 3:1 compression on the Blackmagic Cinema Camera 4K, Pocket Cinema Camera 4K, the 4K, it looks fine. Now on the ProRes HQ and regular modes, I didn't notice a difference at all. Again, it was quick. But when taking it into DaVinci Resolve, I noticed that now it worked, no errors. Apple ProRes RAW files did give you some controls. You were able to control the ISOs, the color space that you're using, and pretty much the gamma. And then you're looking at the white balance too, and then kind of like a post-exposure thing that you can control as well. Now with that, it's nowhere near as robust as BRAW on DaVinci Resolve, where you can adjust a multitude of things. But it's more than Adobe Premiere would give you, because Adobe Premiere, when you load in a ProRes RAW file, it'll work. But all you can do really is adjust the exposure and the color space. That's it. You cannot change white balance, which is a big loss, unfortunately. And you don't get as many options when you're looking at color space for the ProRes RAW files in Adobe Premiere, but you do get them in DaVinci Resolve. So a lot more options, which is great. When editing the files, I will say that in DaVinci Resolve, they're not smooth when it comes to high resolution. Now, when you record it off of the 4K, it's all right, it works, but BRAW is going to work a lot better than ProRes RAW. And I did a slight test. I recorded to my Atomos Ninja V Plus from the R5 Mark II, because you can record ProRes RAW in 8K. I dumped it into the software, and DaVinci Resolve works with those files too, similar to the ones that came from the Pocket 4K. However, those being 8K are abysmal when it comes to working, that even when you lower the resolution, it still stutters heavily. And I've got it connected via external SSD, a T7 Samsung hard drive, right into USB-C slot into my computer, and it stutters like crazy. I find that when working with 8K RAW files directly from my Canon, whether it's the R5 or the R5 Mark II, those play a lot smoother. When you compress the footage about a quarter, they play pretty much smoothly, which I do like. But with ProRes RAW, you don't get that same benefit. But it's awesome that Blackmagic did these updates. Now, why would they update the Pocket Cinema Camera 4K of all cameras? Well, the 4K, when it first released, it was really Blackmagic's kind of foray into like, okay, let's try to get a mirrorless camera style body, but give it cinema quality features, you know, and at affordable price, which is great. But one of the tricks with that is that they released it with two recording modes, ProRes and Cinema DNG. There was no Blackmagic RAW yet. There was no BRAW yet. So when they did that, unfortunately, what happened is that they were concerned that they might actually get sued for using Cinema DNG. So they developed their own creative RAW type called BRAW. And it does some debayering before it creates the file. That way it's technically not RAW, and they can kind of skirt around any lawsuits that are affect, you know, a digital RAW format that they were concerned with Red, because Red owned RAW video patents. So they got around that, created BRAW, so they had that change, but always kept ProRes. Now, following versions of this body style camera, and specifically Cinema Camera 6K full frame, which is the last to come out, they've actually leaned away from using ProRes. So now you see here that you only have Blackmagic RAW recording options in this latest version of the camera, but you don't have that limitation in the Pocket 4K. Pocket 4K still has ProRes. I believe the Pocket 6K and 6K G2 might still have ProRes, but in lower resolution modes. But you have the full sensor use in ProRes on the Pocket 4K, which is maybe why they lean towards that. And it's a little bit older, and it can obviously work. It was designed to work with ProRes files, so perhaps it was easier to do it that way. I don't know. I'm not a programmer, but I do believe that might be why. Let's test it on the older cameras and go from there. And it makes the older cameras more enticing, just like they did a little while back when they added dual pixel autofocus to 6K full frame. Why add it to this? Well, it's a bit older, gets people excited to buy these types of cameras, or this version of cameras, and it had the sensor, so it already was really building on a technology that it had in there was just untapped, and they call it a beta. And then one would think the betas for the older cameras, and then the newer cameras and the cameras that they have out already but that are slightly newer than what these cameras are, they'll start getting those firmware updates as well. But the testing grounds is on these older cameras. The BMPCC 4K has just become a camera of interest for many. Not me. This really hasn't changed much, but for many users who want Apple ProRes RAW. And DaVinci Resolve made that necessary change to get ProRes RAW, and that I think is a little bit more interesting, would be useful to me, but still not that much, because remember, Canon's RAW that I work with mostly on those cameras works just fine. Blackmagic RAW works just fine. ProRes RAW would be like an emergency situation where I do need to record RAW to an external device, whenever that's needed. So what was this change for? This change was for those users who use Macs, who prefer to cut in Final Cut Pro, and prefer to edit in ProRes RAW, because it works so well on Macs with Final Cut Pro. Now that you have this software and this firmware update on the camera and on DaVinci Resolve, you can have those that prefer ProRes RAW record ProRes RAW on the Pocket Cinema Camera 4K, edit on Final Cut Pro, say, hey, this is great, I really do like these added controls, and then potentially be like, you know what, ProRes RAW does work on DaVinci Resolve. Maybe I should switch over to that because the color options are so vast on DaVinci Resolve, and then potentially take more customers that way. That's kind of my theory, and it makes the most sense to do it that way because that way you get people using your software, and that is the ultimate goal. So smart play by Blackmagic Design. Now, if I were to ask for anything, I would say, can we get a beta 2 or official release of the autofocus for the 6K full frame? I would appreciate that. Though it works well, still has a few things to work out. And maybe get a ProRes for this camera as well too, as well as other Blackmagic Cinema cameras as well. So those are my theories. Let me know what your thoughts below. Does it make any of these cameras more enticing? Look at the Cinema Camera 4K. It's recording me now, and it looks beautiful. And comparably, you could find it at just about $1,000 if you look carefully online. And it comes with DaVinci Resolve 2 Studio. Come on, like, why wouldn't you pick this up? So that's just my thoughts. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Man, the camera news is coming out like crazy lately. Anyway, take care, and you've made my day. If you subscribe today, this is Magnus, and I'm out. See you guys later.